I'll top of the morning to ya. I'm Liam the Leprechaun, and I've got a wee secret to share. ZJZDesigns.com has just unveiled their brand new St. Patrick's Day apparel. Featuring yours truly, of course. From cheeky tees to lucky prints, these designs are brimming with charm and plenty of gold. Whether you're heading to a parade or just feeling the Irish spirit, you look grand in these threads. So what are you waiting for? Skip the rainbow and head straight to ZJZDesigns.com. You'll find the pot of gold in your cart. No magic required. ZJZDesigns.com, where style is always in season.
What's up, Everplayers? The sun is finally coming out, and you know what that means. It's time to get off the couch and back on the field for the spring 2026 season.
We have a massive lineup this spring, but the clock is ticking. Registration for all spring leagues ends February 18th. Let's break down your week, starting with Monday night.
On Mondays, we're coming in hot with indoor volleyball at Tri-City, softball at T.S. Martin Park, turf soccer at Recreation Athletics, and pickleball at the Casey Pickleball Complex.
For Tuesdays, you can catch us playing Super Rec kickball at Spires, sand volleyball at Pollywogs, more indoor volleyball at Tri-City, or bowling at Lucky Strike in Casey.
Midweek is huge. On Wednesdays, we've got kickball at Spires, hardball, softball at Pacific Park, cornhole at Jay's Corner, and soccer at B Avenue and Bray Park.
On Thursdays, we keep it rolling with kickball at Spires and sand volleyball at Pollywogs. Then we wrap up the week on Sundays with softball at T.S. Martin Park.
Now, if your early spring is already full, don't sweat it. Our late spring leagues are also open for registration right now.
That's right. The deadline for these is March 16th. We've got co-ed flag football at B Avenue on Wednesdays and sand volleyball at Pollywogs on Sundays.
We also have 5 special one-day events for those who want some extra play or can't commit to a full season.
Mark your calendars for these dates. February 9th, turf soccer mix and match at Recreation Athletics. February 12th, Valentine's Day kickball mix and match at Spires.
Then we have February 16th, basketball pickup at Drew's Wellness Center. February 17th, indoor volleyball mix and match at Tri-City. March 26th, legendary 11th Masters of Putt-Putt at Frankie's Fun Park.
Whether you're playing for the trophy or just for the social hour at the bar afterward, there is a spot for you at Everplay.
So head over to everplaysocial.com to get your team registered before those deadlines hit. We'll see you on the field.
All right, welcome everyone to the All About Nothing podcast kind of daily show. I am Barrett Gruber, host of the All About Nothing podcast with Zach King. Follow me across all social media at Barrett Gruber. With me is the host of the podcast Black, White, and Blue in the South with Dr. Jamil Brooks. It's Bill Kimler. Follow him across all social media at PoliticalBillSC. If you want to be a participant in the show, you can call or you can chat with us on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. You can find links at the top of the webpage, theallaboutnothing.com. You can please follow us, subscribe wherever you're hearing us. Let's get started. Bill, how are you?
Call now. Operators on standing by.
There is legitimately a phone number. It's 803-6720 something. Now I can't remember. I read it all the time. 6720533.
There you go.
There you go. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay. So
I got a new mic.
the microphone.
Yes.
The mic is the placement part
I got
of
a new
the
boom and everything. This is perfect. I'm like hands free. Look at this.
That's terrific placement.
Oh, thank you.
I think have you done the lick test on the microphone?
Have I licked it?
Yeah, the lick test.
I don't know what the lick test is.
At least.
What does that mean?
You just do one of these.
And why would I imagine myself doing that?
So if the modulation is perfect, you won't hear me lick it.
Oh. Okay. I'll test that on my own time in the privacy of my not in the show. No, but I upgraded all my equipment. Got a set of new microphones, new cameras as well. Invested in some cheap handheld cams, with little mounts. It's not the greatest quality camera, but for podcasting and getting individual shots, it'll be perfect. And so I give that a shot. I can't wait to put it to the test when we record in the studio this Sunday.
Well, that'll be good. We let's see. So you all are in the studio this Sunday. Do you have anybody special you're recording with?
We are recording with U.S. Senate candidate Mr. Brandon Brown.
Oh, very cool.
So that means we will have interviewed 4 of the 5 Democratic candidates for U.S. Senate after Sunday.
Who
had
is
Annie
left?
Andrews. We had Kyle Freeman. Catherine Fleming Bruce was this past episode, and then we've got Brandon Brown.
So who's the last one?
There's a fifth person whose name I don't remember. He's kind of he doesn't really have much of a presence. He showed up at one gathering in Charleston, but otherwise he's had no waves. So you don't know. Again, filing hasn't even begun yet. So these are people who have stated they're running, but until you plunk down, I don't know what the cost is, the filing fee is to run for U.S. Senate, but I bet it's a lot of bucks. And so we'll see who actually has it when the time comes.
I bet it is. Hey, I was going to ask you, so have you had any experiences with shopping, retail, whatever, where companies are not rounding?
With the rounding thing?
Yeah, with the pennies. Yeah.
No, I thought you were going to go with the rounding of, for charity, 10 cents more for Ronald McDonald's house or whatever.
Yeah.
And I encourage people not to do that.
Oh, really?
Yes. The way that it has been positioned to me, and I believe it, is that these are companies that are using your donations as their tax write-off. And so they get credit for it, and they should be able to donate themselves without having to funnel your money to them. So if you are of a donating kind, just donate directly to the organizations. Don't do it through, hey, round up and give 50 cents to, poor starving kids. Just give the money to UNICEF yourself.
Interesting. No, I hadn't even considered that. And I do it. Like if I go to, McDonald's, will ask for the round up to the Ronald McDonald house. And yeah, absolutely. It's if it's like, if it's $7.99 for whatever, it's like, yeah, go ahead and give them a penny. But no, so Walgreens, and I just noticed this recently when I was picking up a prescription. So let's say your prescription costs like $2.87. They're not rounding up; they round down to the closest nickel. So I wonder if they're coming up short. Like, I think, yeah, you're okay with them coming up short. I don't disagree.
Well, I work in a software industry that services retail and those point of sale machines. And that is a big feature that is now being pushed out throughout the country because of the elimination of the penny. We're having to introduce functionality that rounds to the nickel up or down or whatever the company's policy is. So that's a very real thing.
Well, when I worked for that company, that was something that we had to. So I was part of the technical support for a regional grocery store called Food Lion. I don't know if that company is still supported. Food Lion is still a customer.
Still one of the biggest customers, and it's the grocery store I go to. So yes.
So that was also Salisbury, North Carolina is one of those little towns that's just sort of off the map. But when I went there to train Food Lion on some of the new software that we were introducing to the point of sale equipment, one of the craziest things we found out was Salisbury, North Carolina, at the time in like early 1999, 2000, had more millionaires per capita than anywhere else on the planet because Food Lion had made people rich.
Right.
Like
well,
the company Food
then
Lion
Epstein Island came along and knocked them off the charts. Hey, speaking of Epstein, there's my segue. Have you done searching of the Epstein files yet? I mean, I heard your show with Zach, and you were looking at Jmail and that Gmail.
Did you look at Jmail?
Clone. No, but I went right to the government's website where you can do your own searches. I was just wondering if you've done that yet.
I haven't gone to the government site. No,
okay.
I did go through the Jmail, which was it was really interesting how they put they made it look like an email account. And then you can go through text messages between Epstein and Steve Bannon and see all this. And I went looking at the photographs because I wanted to see the photographs of him. I wanted to see the photographs of Epstein with, some of these people that were eventually this week came out, some of them Noam Chomsky, right?
Yeah.
I mean, That's great. Like we used to read that in we used to read them in high school.
Well, I wanted to see if my name appeared anywhere. So I did a search on Kimmler, which is a fairly rare name in this country anyway.
Sure.
You know how many hits? 0. Not surprised.
Okay. Yeah.
Gruber, on the other hand.
Oh, no.
62 hits of Gruber in the Epstein files.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Which Gruber?
Oh, just you, man. You're all over the place. I've got pictures of you left and right. No, apparently there's some sort of Gruber family foundation, big money out there. So you have some wealthy relatives somewhere. So go to the DOJ site, type in Gruber, and you'll see all 62 files of communications of, I think, Peter Gruber and some other Grubers talking with Jeffrey Epstein.
The wealthy Grubers that I potentially knew of are dead. And there's no money left as far as I'm told.
Can I introduce a new subject? I'm all over the place today. I want to pour one out in memory of James Vanderbeek.
Yeah.
You see that news today? He's
48 years old, colorectal cancer.
Yeah, and he was for those that don't know the name, he was Dawson in Dawson's Creek. Right? We all remember that. But I also knew him because he went to the same university I did. I went to a small school in northern New Jersey called Drew University. I mean, my graduating class was less than 500. I mean, so it's a tiny liberal arts school, very great school. Happiest memories there, great friends. And although I didn't know him personally, the fact that, he was an alum and he didn't finish. He actually dropped out because he took on acting gigs. And then later in life, he got an honorary degree, 20 years, 30 years later, because, he became famous, et cetera. And then he got his honorary degree and had 6 kids and just seemed like a decent human being. And I was like, oh, that's sad. And you know who else is famous from the school I went to? Let's see if you know this name. All right. Now, this lady was there at the same time I was there. Soon-Yi Previn. Do you know that name?
No, I don't recognize that name.
This is who Woody Allen is currently married to. Mia Farrow's adopted daughter, right? That Woody Allen ended up hooking up with and leaving Mia Farrow over and became the big scandal. And that whole scandal broke while she was a freshman on my campus. And I kid you not, there were helicopters flying overhead on campus trying to get photos of her, trying to get telezoom lenses. They were trying to sneak on campus. They were calling random dorm rooms looking for opinions. It was batshit crazy. I mean, that's when the press was the press. And they were all going after her. But yeah, she walked around and she was an odd individual. I didn't know her, except just to be able to nod to her as I passed her by. But she was a normal student. And the next thing you know, you've been hooking up with your stepdad? Like, that just all levels of creepy.
They're still married?
Yes.
Is Woody Allen still married?
Believe it or not.
She's sticking with him through the whole Epstein thing.
Been like 35 years. I'm trying to think how long it's been since I've graduated college. That's how many years that they've been married. But yes. So, was it a bad thing if they're still together after all these years? I don't know. Bully for them.
I don't. Yeah, I mean that is a
but seriously though, no, even if she was 18 or 19, just the power relationship between a stepfather and a stepdaughter, there's certain lines you don't cross, even if you are legal of age. It is still twisted no matter what, and I really can't comment on their relationship today, other than note that they've still been together. They're still together. That's just unbelievable.
That is exceptional. You brought up Epstein, so I want to ask you, have you seen any of the reels or Instagram TikToks about potential Jeffrey Epstein still being alive?
Yes. So over the weekend, I went total tinfoil hat territory because there were a couple of things that came out. There was a purported photo of Jeffrey Epstein in Israel, right, walking around. And we're going to come back. We'll come back to this in a second. So you can take that off. We'll come back to that. Somebody even did a full analysis, right? They did side by sides, showed the contours of the ears and the chin and the nose, and proved that was Jeffrey Epstein. Then there was, of course, the DOJ missing minutes of the security footage, at the moment of his death, and they lost it, found it was doctored. I mean, there was all sorts of shenanigans held. Right. And then I saw there was some more evidence that the rope that they found that he hung himself with in the jail wasn't the rope that killed him. Like, there was forensic evidence that a congressman brought up saying that rope was not, according to the forensic experts, the rope that killed Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, why would you have
the
to
size
stage
didn't
that
match,
for the photos?
Whatever. So I was just like, okay, yep, Epstein's alive. Trump whisked them out of there, gave Ghislaine Maxwell a sweetheart, luxury hotel of a jail in exchange for nothing, and it was just completely bonkers. Oh, anyhow, let's go back to that photo.
Her silence.
Yeah,
in exchange for her silence.
Let's go back to that photo, because the photo is what pushed me over the edge.
Yeah, so,
it turns out this photo here is AI generated.
Is it really?
And yes. If you go to Snopes, you'll see the original photo on the left with him and the two bodyguards.
Yeah, the two bodyguards.
The original photo has, and it's very faint, and I think it's cropped out of this, but in the bottom right corner, there's a little star there that was a watermark of Google's image generation AI. And you can still see remnants of that little star logo in the bottom corner that, whoever plastered this out there neglected to get rid of. And this has been completely debunked as an AI generated image.
Well, there you go. Well, that ends that.
Which disappointed me. I was bummed.
Yeah, disappointed. Okay, well, first of all, should he be dead? Yeah, maybe. I mean, but at the same time, it's like, did he commit suicide? Yeah, I don't know. The circumstances behind the investigation and the medical examiner's report, the fact that the rope that they have in the photographs in the cell is not the actual rope according to the documentation that came out of the investigation. So why stage the rope? Why put rope in there to make it, the scene was staged. It was so the investigation to me is hampered by the fact that they had to stage certain parts of it. That's a little concerning. Did Donald Trump have Epstein potentially killed? I think it benefits Donald Trump to not have Epstein sitting in a jail cell where he could potentially say, hey, I'm ready to talk. Donald Trump, I may have been the guy that was trafficking everybody, all the children, but Donald Trump was the guy that was the money behind the thing. He was, and who knows? These aren't allegations or accusations. I'm just giving a hypothetical. But
what are you trying to cover yourself in case you need a public defender?
Hell yeah, hell yeah! You didn't hear? ICE is moving into Colombia. Did you see some of the articles about that?
Oh my gosh! Tell me about the scoop on it. As far as you know, it's a wild story.
It's my building. It's the building my office is in.
No way.
Yeah. 1441 Main Street, Columbia, South Carolina. It's the Wells Fargo building. Yeah. So ICE made a deal with the company that now owns that building. They actually purchased that building late last year because Collier, which owns buildings all over the country, our lease was with Collier. And sometime about midway last year, our office actually downsized the size of our office. We had the entire floor and the 14th floor, but we didn't have a lot of people going into the office because we are a remote first company. And I would only go in if there was like luncheons or people were getting together, or there was some training that was going on that was in person. And but our office was made half its size. I figure it's probably not ICE that's moving into our floor, I think. But because in my head, ICE is the kind of company or the business or whatever that would probably be a first floor company or,
so
the first floor representative.
They took this building, I think, for a 10-year deal.
Yeah, 10 years.
And bypassed all of the processes with the county government You're supposed to, as a business like that, go through them.
Yep.
And they found out about it after the fact, and they're pissed.
Yeah.
At least some of the members are pissed. I don't know if the mayor has said anything publicly yet.
I didn't see anything from him, but I did see several council members posting on their webpage or their Facebook saying that they disagree with this, that they had nothing to do with it. They didn't know about it until the news broke that ICE was moving in. And, you know, this comes on the heels of the fact that, or the heels of this bill that is going to potentially force local state law enforcement to work with ICE. And that's concerning because as of right now, Richland County has not made any agreement to work with ICE. The city of Columbia has not made any agreement to work with ICE. So they are not participating in any of the, I don't even know how to describe it because the police officers that are doing it with Lexington County, they kind of just stand to the side while ICE does its thing. And then anyone that they detain gets detained at the Lexington County Public Sheriff's Jail, you know? So it's not like they're participating.
They're detained in the office next to you. You'll be sitting there typing away working, and there'll be, Jose sitting in, looking sad in the conference room as they start to fill up with the people they capture.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If once this all goes through, I am absolutely going to go down there and take some selfies with some masked ICE agents. I'm going to do it. We'll see. I might not do it. We'll see.
Yeah, well, that'd be just as funny as if you took selfies with Nazi soldiers. That'd be just as funny. Yeah, go ahead. Well, we'll all have a good chuckle.
Somehow, Bill, you shattered my
Did
dream.
I pop your bubble?
That's all you did. That was all you did. Another Epstein situation thing that went on today. Did you see any of the Pam Bondi in front of the
wild?
Wow.
I mean,
absolutely insane.
There were some clips of Pam Bondi lathering Trump's ass with a fully soaked up washcloth. And it was, to hear the Attorney General of the United States say that we have a president who's been the most transparent president in the history of our country. And the stock market, the Dow, is over 50,000. Like, why would the Attorney General give a shit about the Dow, right?
She's a cheerleader.
It was the wildest, craziest cross-examination I have ever seen.
Pam Bondi, 60 years old. And I have to keep reminding myself that she is 60 years old because, again, she looks like she's in her 30s. And the whole Mar-a-Lago transition that these women get, and being from Florida, I guess it's kind of natural, but she's 60 years old. 60 years old. So
this whole DEI effort, where we're going to be a merit-based society now. We're getting rid of DEI and everything's going to be based on merit. You see a lot of merit in this administration. The only
Not
merit
a single bit.
Is how much lathering you can do. That's the merit. Oh, she soaps me really good. That's the merit. That's it. Because they expose how incompetent this entire Department of Justice has been, how they're flaunting the law, I think the most powerful moment was when they had a bunch of Epstein victims sitting behind Pam Bondi in the audience there. And they were asked to rise. A question was made, is there anyone here who has submitted evidence or asked to speak to the DOJ and has been rebuffed?
Yeah.
And all these women stood up. I think a couple of guys did too. But all of them stood up behind Pam Bondi while she looked away and pretended it didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Powerful image.
Yeah. I get that there's going to be performative art on both sides, but I don't understand how someone can be, because she's sworn in, how someone can be sworn in, have questions asked directly of her, and that she deflect on every single one. The one where you're talking about the $50,000, that was a question that Rafkin had asked her.
Jamie Raskin.
Jamie Raskin. He had asked a question, and rather than answer the question, she went into a list of several of Donald Trump's accomplishments, but specifically today, because the Dow crested 50,000 points or whatever, she talked about the S&P. She talked about how rental property cost or rent is now down to its a 4-year low, which I completely disagree with, because I see the prices of some of the rental properties, like here in Columbia, just skyrocketing. I mean, and there's no homes for sale. Like, you can find a few homes here and there, but it has to be somebody selling their home specifically. But even the homes are being purchased up by nationwide companies, these national corporations that are just taking these homes. And I saw a statistic that said that there are something like 28 million vacant homes here in the United States that are not for sale. They are not for rent, that they are just being held on to by private equity firms. That is what's helping to drive the cost of these rental properties up, because they'll make rental properties available for exorbitant cost. And then, but they said that, that those 28 million homes that are currently unoccupied here in the United States, a lot of them in Florida, a lot of them in Texas, some of them in California, but that if you were to give, I want to say, I think, I'm going to get this wrong, I think, but if you were to give a home to every homeless person, they would have like a ton of homes left over, because there's the homeless people in the United States makes up about 600,000 people across the country, documented homeless. But there's like 28 million homes that are unoccupied. And it's all, some of the rental properties are owned by firms that are outside of the United States. So we have Chinese influence in our home housing market situation. It's insane to me. I don't understand why that isn't getting more attention.
Well, you covered that in plenty of detail. I think it's gotten the attention now.
I hope so.
So that going back to that Bondi hearing, the worst part is the chairman of that committee. Did you see who that was?
Jordan.
Jim, sexual assault, Jordan, right? All sorts of sexual assaults happened under his watch, and he's gotten scot-free off of it. Yes. And for him to be sitting there overseeing a hearing about sexual assaulting of children, the irony is just tripping over itself.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Completely different topic. I'm sorry.
Talk about performative art, though.
I want to talk about
performative art, though. Jim Jordan is. You want to talk about the monks?
We want to talk about the monks. I had a thought. Today, they have wrapped up their journey. Yeah. They have finished their trek in D.C. Yes, and today is the last day. They wrapped it up.
Holy cow.
Can you believe it?
I can't.
And I'm wondering, how do they end it? Like, do they have a kegger? Do they have a rage party? Do they go to a UFC fight to we're tired of this peace and love? We're going to do some fist fighting. We're going to do some Shaolin techniques. Like, do they just go wild? Do they fly home, or do they have to walk back?
I suspect they fly home, or a bus. 100%. Yeah,
I think they need to walk back, because peace in the world has not been accomplished yet. They got more walking to do. Maybe they're not done yet. Have they looked at the news?
Was that their mission statement? Was that by the end of the walk, the mission statement was that peace in the world would be achieved?
Does the world or the nation feel any more peaceful than on the day they began their walk? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say they failed. Yeah. And they need to turn right around and walk back home until they get the job done. Or maybe keep walking up to Maine, or continue. They got work to do.
It might be if they really had the option, they might just continue on through Maine to Canada, and then Canada that might be where they'll find more.
If that bridge is open and Trump hasn't shut it down, they can cross right over.
Yeah, they brought that up in the Pam Bondi hearing today, and he asked the question. I can't remember who it was that asked the question, but Nader or whatever. He asked the question about. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but anyway, the question was asked about the fact that Donald Trump is now holding. Oh, it was Caroline Leavitt. It was in a press conference. Asked her about, was Trump holding up the funds for this bridge between Detroit and Canada, right? I think that's where it's at. Over his name being put on Penn Station and Dulles, Washington Dulles Reagan Airport, right? Is that right?
No, he is withholding the funds of those two projects as he wanted them renamed after him. I think he was holding up, and the bridge, as far as I remember, was completely paid for by Canada. Do I have that right?
Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And yet he is going to stop traffic from flowing in and out, like he's going to prevent it on his end of the border over his dispute with China. I think the deal was if Canada goes through with their deal with China, he's going to shut down that bridge in retaliation.
Because China is going to end hockey in Canada.
Yes.
Which is going to undo the Stanley Cup or something. These are the ravings of what is.
I don't blame you for being confused in the details, because it's hard to keep up.
For sure. It absolutely is. But I'm dumbfounded by the fact that all of our population doesn't see that Donald Trump's brain is eating itself. Like, that's where we're at. His brain is deteriorating, and if he didn't have a skull, I think at this point you would see a concave where his frontal lobe used to be. Because these are the kind of things that you would hear out of somebody that has dementia. That these are just weird things for somebody to get upset at that don't really exist. And
I mean, how about the time he said that he thought Jeffrey Epstein was still alive? I mean, that just is proof positive his mental faculties are completely deteriorated. It's embarrassing.
I'd like to say I don't think Jeffrey Epstein's alive. I think that the whole
Who's talking
conspiracy
about you?
thing is interesting.
Wasn't talking about you. Don't take it not everything's about you, Gruber.
All right.
Just because you're in his files 62 times doesn't mean it's got to be always about you.
I am not allowed to do a spit take at this desk. I
kind of miss you being in the other room.
I'll move back upstairs. But
okay.
I recorded an episode. I recorded an episode with Alex Avenger of the Everplay Sports and Social, and I did it from here, and I think it confused him too. Our episode coming out on Monday is the full video of Zach coloring the beard, so that's coming out, as well as a quick little 30-minute with Alex Avenger from Everplay Sports and Social, because their spring season registration wraps up on the 18th. So getting the word out there so that they'll fill up all of these sports leagues. Lots of kickball and softball and basketball.
Will you be doing more play-by-play pickleball announcing?
We are. Okay, so we're not going to do pickleball. We're going to do another kickball game. We'll probably do it in April, into April, towards the end of the season when the champions are getting closer to the, figuring out which are the best teams.
Right.
But we're going to do kickball
wait not
again.
To listen to it. That'd be awesome.
You've been warned. The episode with Black, White, and Blue in the South this morning.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That was very entertaining.
The video was interesting to put together too, because I superimposed video of the protest. So I had a separate camera facing the protesters. Yeah. So for the hour and a half of our episode, you will see a synchronized video in the corner of the protesters moving back and forth and walking around. So you're seeing us doing the show, but you're also feeling like, what's happening around you. You get to see what's going on, from our view. It was fun.
So technical question.
Yeah.
I assume you recorded, did you have two? Yeah, you had two different cameras.
So I had a camera facing us, the guests and the host. I had a camera facing us, and then my phone was facing outwards, recording the street and the protest.
Yeah.
So we were behind the protesters in the grass with a tent and a table and all that.
When you got those videos in sync, were they in sync the whole way through the recording?
Yes. Perfectly in sync the whole way through. I could get videos in sync even if Kid Rock cannot and TPUSA cannot get their audio and video in sync. So
the reason I ask is the episode that I did with Zach. So one was recorded on an iPhone 17, the other one was recorded on an iPhone 15. We hit record at the same time. You would think that the timestamp would keep both of them the same. It did not.
Was there
by
drift?
The end of it, yes, the iPhone 15 was probably about 3 seconds longer than the 17.
And you can't like tell it when you're watching the full hour-length episode or whatever it is, but when you try to line them up in your editor, you can't. Now, that didn't happen with me. I was fortunate. But I have seen that happen in the past where I have a card from a video camera and I have another camera and the two aren't lining up. And you have to play some shenanigans at some point to try to get perfect synchronization to happen.
Yeah. GoPro records in 4 gigabyte blocks. So you'll have
why is that? So the cameras I got do the same thing. It's less than 4 gigabyte blocks. It's about 13 to 15 minute blocks, and then it cuts to a new file. Why?
Yeah. I don't know.
Why? I want to know the technical reason. And it's annoying as crap that you have an hour and a half long episode, and now I have 6-7 video clips I now have to bring in and stitch together. That's the dumbest feature in this day and age.
Yeah. I don't know. But I did text Dr. Jermaine Johnson, told him I saw his appearance on your show.
Oh, good.
And,
I have regrets about his appearance. Because as I listened back to it today.
Your attire? Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But no, it was the questions I did not ask that I'm kicking myself now for not having asked. For example, I should have asked him, has he got any progress or thoughts about his lieutenant governor pick? He was right there sitting next to me, and I didn't ask that question.
Yeah.
And there were several other questions I really wanted to ask, but, we only had 10 minutes with them, and the whole Trump... by the way, that Trump video, I know you and Zach talked about it, right?
Yeah.
The fact that you show up to this episode with the shirt that you have on right now tells me, it seems like you are in support of Donald Trump's AI racist Lion King parody video. Like everything is a choice, and you chose to wear that today.
Yes,
it's too soon, right? Like if it had happened 3 weeks from now, nobody would have remembered, you'd be fine. But this happens just days after the racist Lion King AI video, and that's the shirt you chose to wear.
I'm going to issue an apology.
Well, see, that's what Trump should have done. Good for you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I did not take into consideration the potential that my wearing this shirt today would potentially have.
During Black History Month, Barrett. It's Black History. Right in the middle of Black History Month, that's the shirt you chose to wear. That's something.
You're right, Bill.
It's a statement.
You're right.
Now you're covering up as if your nipples are poking out and you're just like, embarrassed or something. Cover this up.
So straight. I think I've said this on the show before. I get dressed in the dark. I get dressed in the dark.
Okay.
It's a weird thing. This actually wasn't even the shirt that I picked out this morning. My director flew into town, and I had lunch with her and her husband.
Your director
earlier today.
Oh, from work. I'm thinking like
director.
Movie director, or your podcast director, but no, from work. Your director.
No. We're still working on my movie script, or my we're working on the book first. Then we'll get into the movie script part of it. But
the producer of Melanomia is available if you're looking for a movie producer. He's no longer got a job, so he can work on your project.
Perfect. I'll send Send him my information. I'll get you to send him my information, vice versa, whatever. And we'll get it taken care of. This show
I'll get his pervy people to talk to your pervy people. We'll have them communicate. You got it.
Jeez. All right. Well, on that bombshell, we're going to wrap it up. Big thanks for everybody watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget you can follow Bill at Political Bill SC and myself at Barrett Gruber. Thanks for listening and hitting that bell. If you can, give us a 5-star review and leave a comment. Until next time, stay safe, be kind, and keep your hands to yourself.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. The
preceding podcast is solely owned by the host or hosts and is distributed by Big Media LLC. Copyright 2026.